Before Rome ruled the world, before Da Vinci dreamed of machines, there were men who built the impossible. They looked to the heavens and saw not chaos, but a code, patterns of stars, rhythms of light and shadow, the music of eternity itself, and they dared to capture it. This is the story of the first machine, a creation so advanced it defied its own age and vanished before history could name its maker. Before we go deeper into this story, please support this channel by clicking on the subscribe below. Thank you. The year is 150 BCE. The island of Rhodes stands at the edge of the Aegean, a fortress of marble and sun, where merchants, scholars, and philosophers gather beneath the statues of forgotten gods. Here, knowledge is currency. Ideas are power. In the shadow of the great colossus, the world's finest minds work in silence. They study the heavens, measure the sea, and carve the laws of nature into tablets of wax and bronze. Among them walks a man, his name lost to time. Some whisper he was a student of Hipparchus, the greatest astronomer who ever lived. Others say he carried the blueprints of Archimedes himself, rescued from the ashes of Syracuse, where genius met fire and empire. Whoever he was, he dreamed of something greater, to build a machine that could capture the sky. Each night, he climbs to the rooftops. He watches the moon drift across the constellations, its face changing, its rhythm exact. He charts the wanderings of the planets, their backward loops and strange delays. He records the numbers, the ratios, the invisible gears of the cosmos. And when dawn comes, he begins to build. In the workshops of Rhodes, surrounded by the scent of oil and molten bronze, the sound of chisels striking metal fills the air. He shapes discs of bronze no larger than his hand, cutting teeth so fine they could catch sunlight. Each tooth is a number, each gear a formula. He does not build for kings. He builds for eternity. At his side are apprentices, craftsmen who do not understand the mathematics, but obey the geometry of his hands. They carve circles, measure angles, polish the surfaces until they gleam like mirrors. Bronze dust fills their lungs, but they keep working. The master speaks softly. "The heavens are not chaos," he says. "They are a mechanism. And now, we will build one of our own." And so they do. The frame takes shape, a box of bronze and wood, layered with dials and rings. On one side, the zodiac, 12 symbols marking the path of the sun. On another, the calendar, months, days, years. Behind them, a hidden heart of interlocking wheels. Turn one, and the others follow, perfect in motion, like the spheres above. Gears within gears, ratios within ratios. Each one moves as if alive. The craftsmen watch in silence as it begins to turn. The moon waxes and wanes. The planets dance backward and forward. An eclipse appears exactly when his calculations say it will. It works. In the dim light of the workshop, the air hums with wonder. The apprentices bow their heads, not in worship, but in awe. Their master smiles. "For centuries," he says, "we have looked up to understand the gods. But today, they will look down and see themselves." And for a moment, it feels true. The machine moves like a heartbeat of the universe itself. They call it the machine of the gods. To scholars, it is a calendar. To priests, it is a prophecy. To sailors, it is the map of destiny. But to its maker, it is proof. Proof that the mind of man can mirror the order of creation itself. He inscribes the surface with instructions, small Greek letters, carved so finely they shimmer in the light. They mark the cycles of the moon, the rising of stars, the return of eclipses. He builds it not for a single generation, but for all time. At night, he places it beneath the open sky. The stars above, the gears below, both turning, both eternal. He listens to the sound of metal moving like breath. He has done it. He has built the universe in bronze. Word spreads across the islands. Scholars from Alexandria come to see it. Men who serve the library, who catalog the knowledge of the world. They watch as the craftsman turns a small handle. The stars move. The moon darkens. And the heavens obey his hand. They leave in silence. Some with reverence. Some with fear. For to understand the gods is one thing. To imitate them is another. But Rhodes is changing. Beyond its harbors, the world grows violent. Rome marches eastward. Empires rise and crumble like tides. Philosophers vanish. Libraries burn. The man who built the machine grows older. His apprentices scatter. The workshop falls quiet. Yet every morning, he returns, polishing the bronze, oiling the gears, aligning the heavens. He does not seek wealth or glory. He seeks precision, harmony, truth. One night, a storm rolls across the sea. Winds roar like gods in anger. He takes the machine in his hands, shielding it from the rain. The lightning flashes across its surface, gold against the dark. And for a heartbeat, it looks alive. He turns the crank one last time. The gears begin to move, slow, deliberate, perfect. The stars align. The moon darkens. The sun vanishes. And he whispers to himself, not in triumph, but in awe. In a single moment, humanity touched the mind of the gods. The machine turns beneath torchlight. Bronze teeth glint like tiny suns. The master watches as the heavens obey his hand. Each gear a planet, each motion a prophecy fulfilled. He has done what no mortal should. He has made time itself predictable. Outside, the city of Rhodes hums with life. Merchants bargain beneath marble colonnades. Philosophers argue in courtyards of stone. None know that in a quiet workshop, the rhythm of the cosmos beats inside a box of bronze. But genius never stays hidden for long. Word spreads, quietly at first, like smoke rising from a candle, of a device that can chart the skies, that can summon eclipses and command the moon, that can read the calendar of the gods. Kings send word, priests demand audience, and scholars travel across the sea to see it with their own eyes. When they do, they fall silent, because before them is not art, not magic, not myth, but something far stranger, the union of science and divinity. The cosmos, reduced to gears. They call it the machine of the gods, a sacred engine, a clock of eternity. The priests believe it can reveal omens, the will of Zeus, the anger of Apollo. The scholars call it an orrery, a planet machine, a teaching tool for the few who dare to understand it. And the powerful, they see it as something else entirely, a weapon. For if you can read the heavens, you can know the harvest, predict the tides, foresee the very moment of eclipse, when kings fall and empires tremble. And so begins the hunger. The machine changes hands, a gift to a ruler in Rhodes, a prize for a general who believes the stars favor his conquest, a curiosity for Rome's envoys, who call it the wheel of fate. But with every journey, its purpose dims. The man who made it grows old. His apprentices scatter to foreign ports, their memories fading, their notes lost. The dials lose their markings. The gears season salt and dust. And soon, the machine of the gods is just another relic of a fading age. Then war. The legions of Rome come for Rhodes. The harbors once filled with philosophers' ships now fill with fire. Temples fall. Statues of gods crack and crumble. The city that gave birth to the mechanism, to the dream of mechanical heaven, begins to die. Amid the chaos, the old man wraps his creation in cloth. He hides it among crates bound for the mainland. Statues, scrolls, bronzes, anything that might survive the coming storm. The ship sails at dusk. Behind it, the island burns. He watches from the shore, the smoke rising like black wings against the sunset, and whispers, "May the stars remember what men forget." For a time, the machine sails safely across the Aegean. But the sea is a jealous god. The winds rise. The clouds darken. The ship never reaches its port. Somewhere between Crete and the Peloponnese, it vanishes, swallowed by waves and silence. The machine, the crates, the men, all gone. The world forgets them. And with that ship sinks the last memory of how the heavens once moved by human hands. The centuries crawl forward. Rome swallows Greece. The schools of philosophy close their doors. The libraries of Alexandria burn, their scrolls turning to ash on the wind. Knowledge that once illuminated the world flickers, then dies. The machine is forgotten. But the idea it carried, that the universe could be measured, predicted, understood, sleeps, buried deep beneath time. 1,000 years of darkness pass. The gears rust in the deep. The stars continue their endless dance, unobserved, unmeasured. Humanity looks up once more in ignorance, calling the sky divine, unknowable, infinite. They worship what they once understood. They fear what they once commanded. And the echo of the mechanism fades from memory. Yet every so often, a mind dreams too far. In Byzantium, a philosopher sketches circles that move the heavens. In Baghdad, scholars whisper of celestial machines once built by the Greeks. In Florence, A man named Leonardo will sketch gears and call them divine. Each believes he is the first, but he is not. He is remembering. The machine of the gods never truly died. It lived on, not in metal, but in memory, in the yearning of every mind that looked at the night sky and asked why. What was once lost beneath the sea would one day be found again. A message from an age when men touched the mind of the cosmos and then forgot how. They had built the impossible, and then they let it go. The old master's creation lies somewhere beyond reach. The gears still locked, the bronze dark with salt and time. But if you listen closely, you can almost hear it. A faint sound, deep beneath the waves. A rhythm older than empire. A heartbeat made of bronze. Because the machine of the gods was never destroyed. It was simply forgotten. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you.